Hey guys, so today I want to do a video sort of going over the 350 million download celebration because at this point it's basically over. We have like 2 or 3 days left of the celebration before it is completely done. I've actually seen quite a bit of people say that this celebration was bad, and I don't know. I feel like I just don't understand what they're talking about. I'm going to be comparing this celebration to a lot of the other celebrations that people consider widely to be the best ever in the game. But before we jump into this, I will preface this video by saying that I am extremely biased towards the Namek saga because it is by far my favorite saga in all of Dragon Ball. So I went into this celebration sort of like very, very excited. This was personally my favorite celebration ever in Dokkan. I had the most fun playing the game during the celebration, I thought. They did a really good job with all the events, the campaigns, everything that they did. I think they did a very, very good job in I guess, appealing to the Namek Saga fans, right? So, we're going to be comparing the celebration to the last year's sort of like worldwide celebration, I guess is what they called it. Just, 1 year to the next. We're going to be comparing it to the 6th year anniversary, which is, I think, what most people consider to be the best celebration, just objectively speaking. At least before this new one came out, the 350 million download celebration. And the first thing I want to start off with is stones, right? I'm going to go off the global one just because I'm a global player. So we'll take a look at how many stones was given out across these 3 celebrations. And I also do have pulled up the 4-year anniversary just because I want to sort of compare the stones. Like, so many people always rant and rave about how good the 4-year anniversary was. So we'll just quickly take a look at the stone count for all these celebrations, and we'll just sort of see like which one stands out the most. I will say that right now they have 120 stones listed for the Bulma event. This is already outdated by quite a bit. So in total, the Bulma event is going to be giving out a decent amount more than 120 stones, but I think what's going to end up happening is this celebration in total will end up giving over 1,000 stones. And I'm pretty sure that's the first time a single celebration, has given out more than 1,000 stones. I can't remember of another one that did that. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I think this is the only one that will do that. The worldwide celebration last year gave out 900 exactly. We have this one, so the 6th anniversary celebration gave out 936, and then the 4-year anniversary gave out, wow, the exact same amount? That's pretty insane as the 6th year anniversary. Okay. So they're pretty much all hovering around the same amount. I mean, this year's worldwide definitely will end up giving out a lot more. Plus, I do actually anticipate them giving some kind of rewarding bonus at the end of the celebration, because we currently do not have that final Bulma support memory. And we also, I think, are still missing like the Ginyu. There's some kind of like Ginyu login bonus or some weird file that was found that isn't in the game yet. So I do think they'll end up giving out like another one of these rewarding bonus things, which will get more stones, orbs, stuff like that. So we will still, I think, get like 1 or 2 more things to add to the stone count here, but we will end up at over 1,000 stones. I'm pretty confident about that when you factor in the extra Bulma runs. So definitely this 350 million celebration gets an advantage in terms of the stone count, which I think a lot of people are definitely think is very important. So let's just dive into exactly what happened. So Dual Dokkan Festival, I mean, I would say that the dual Dokkan festivals that released across all of these like major celebrations were all crazy hype. Like last year's worldwide celebration, Vegito and Buhan, really powerful units, really ridiculous. They're still really good to this day. 6th year anniversary, obviously, you guys know these guys are really good. Obviously, these characters are really good, so I don't really think there's like a straight up winner when it comes to that. Now, obviously, when it comes to comparing sort of like the worldwide download celebrations to the anniversary, this is definitely something that the worldwide download celebrations have over the anniversary celebrations is the memorial stones. Like, obviously this is going to favor people that spent money on the game and summon more than other people, but even if you're a free-to-play player, you're still going to be getting like, what is like 120 to 130 memorial stones, which is 130 summons on a banner that's completely free. That's 13 basically multi-summons. It's the equivalent of, what is that, 650 dragon stones? So, I mean, that's pretty good. And then for people who spend money on the game, you're going to get more to way more summons. So I feel like this is something that people overlook when they sort of like think about the overall impact of the celebration, right? 6th anniversary, none of the anniversaries have that. They do have these ticket summons, though, which is, I guess, the counterpart to what we got for this. The 6th anniversary did give us a guaranteed LR summon, so a 66 ticket summon, sort of copying what happened for the 5-year anniversary, because we had the same thing for the 5-year anniversary. Instead, it was a 55 summon, right? But a guaranteed LR, summonable LR, is really, really nice from this. I would probably say from a free-to-play standpoint, if you are going to be comparing this sort of like, you know, LR guaranteed 66 summon to a completely free-to-play amount of Memorial Dragon Stones, which is, again, I think it's like 130 or 120 or something like that. I think I actually do like the guaranteed LR summon better, because on this one, again, you're not guaranteed anything. Whereas for this one you are. So I think the 66 ticket thing overall for a free-to-play player is better than this one. But if you're a spending player and you have, like, you know, I don't know, 300 to 400 more Memorial Stones, at that point, like, this is probably more valuable than the 66 tickets. Just a bunch of like co-op campaigns and Purunga Dragon Ball stuff. I mean, the Purunga Dragon Ball thing is actually really, really cool. That I'm going to close the 4-year anniversary. I don't think we had that for the 6th anniversary. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 6th anniversary didn't have like any Dragon Ball stuff at all. So that is something nice to consider for the download celebration, is that we had the Purunga Dragon Balls here. Did we have that for this year? Last year? Doesn't look like it. No, I don't think so. So no Purunga Dragon Balls last year. Okay, that automatically gives the advantage to this year's. We have Memorial Stones, Red Stone, Purple Stone. I mean, Red Stone and Purple Stone are just things that happen throughout all these celebrations, right? Every one of these celebrations had this. The Launch Treasure Hunt from this year, or from the prior year. New Boss Rush. We had a new Boss Rush this year too. Meat Event. I mean, a lot of similarities actually looking at this. To this year's. I mean, we take a look at this year's. We got 2 new story events for part 1. We got a different style of meat event, an Extreme Z area for the Ginyu Force. We got the skill orbs for the Ginyu Force, new boss rush, tons of returning events. And the one thing I would say that's different, major difference between this year and last year's Worldwide Celebration, is a lot of the Worldwide Celebrations stuff and content came during the countdown part. The countdown had, let me just go down here. There was a chain battle. I believe this actually introduced the chain battle event to global. Legendary campaign for LR Hercule and Boo, new Infinite Dragon Ball History stage. And is that it? Yeah, honestly, this is, for a part 1/countdown portion of the worldwide last year, I would say that this is not that much content. Like, comparing that to the 6th anniversary and 350 million downloads, like, this was a good celebration. Don't get me wrong, but this is nothing compared to this year's download celebration and the 6th anniversary. 6th anniversary, let's just see part 1 real quick. New story event, 2 new story events. We have the Majin Buu Shape Up Training, which is cool, the skill orbs. Now this is big, the God of Destructions Assemble. We'll go back to that in a second. We got Boss Rush, and then like all these events and stuff are open. Just like a special battlefield thing. Legendary Challenge campaign. Okay, so let's go back to the main piece of content that dropped for this anniversary. The part 1 was the God event. Now this was an event that sort of lasted the entire celebration, had 12 stages, 1 for each God of Destruction. And it is a cool event. I think they did a good job with this, sort of like a different style of difficult event. We already had SBR, we already had Infinite Dragon Ball History, we had the Legendary Goku event, so we already had like a difficult, long, and short style event in the game. And this is sort of like, I don't want to say it's a mix, like in the middle of the road between short and long, but it kind of is. Like, the gods are very, very tough. They have a lot of health. They hit very hard right off the bat. So you kind of want units that are able to be in a good middle ground position between, you know, really good right off the jump and then really good in terms of long, drawn out content. So this is definitely a major win for the 6th year anniversary, I think, the God of Destruction event. The only downside to this, I think, is the fact that the stages still, to this day, are limited to 3 times a day. I don't really understand the reasoning behind that. But the one thing I will say for the 350 million down celebration is they also introduced a new style of difficult event, the Collection of Epic Battles. I think when you compare directly the Collection of Epic Battles event to the God of Destruction event, it's a very different style of event. This kind of reminds me of like, what does it remind me of? It's kind of like Infinite Dragon Ball History, except the battles are not in succession. They're separated, right? So you defeat an enemy, then you go back to the map, then you go to the next enemy. Then you defeat that enemy, you go back to the map, you fight the next enemy. So it's not continuous one after the other. It's not the same fight. You're fighting different enemies across the entire event. And so in that style, they're trying to differentiate this from Infinite Dragon Ball History, from the Legendary Goku event, and they're trying to make it a little bit different, which is cool, because again, you can't just release the same type of event every single time and expect people to think it's new. But I think in terms of like what event I like more, I think I would have to go with the, actually, I'm actually going to close this. I think we can all agree that both of these celebrations are better than last year's worldwide celebration. I think I would go with the God event. I think I do like the style of the God event a little bit better, but I think this is an event that, you know, will continue to get new stages. We'll get updates to this event. I mean, you can take a look at the banner art for the event itself. There's Frieza, there's Cell, there's Saiyan Saga Vegeta, there's Kid Buu. So, I mean, this is going to be a recurring thing where we're going to be getting constant updates to this event, and you cannot say the same thing for the God of Destruction event. So this is sort of going to be something that we're going to be, you know, constantly getting updates for, which might, at the end of the day, make this a better event, because there's just more stuff to do. Like, we'll eventually get, like, what, 15, 20 stages in this event or something like that, so we'll see. New special battlefield thing. We got Peton Battle, so... And then this is the major thing, I think, that separates this 350 million download celebration from the 6th year anniversary, is the fact that they actually gave us a Extreme Z battle event for a summonable unit in part 1, which was the Transforming Frieza. In the 6th year anniversary, we didn't get anything. It wasn't until part 2 where Int UI Goku was the summonable unit that got his EZA. And we'll actually just go to part 2 now, so we can sort of compare both of these. So part 2, we have the top legendary summon that gave us Android 17 and Golden Frieza, and then Android 17 and Universe 7. Now part 2 for this gave us the Vegeta / Goku, and then the Krillin / Gohan. I would actually say that the structure of those units, in terms of like how usable they are and what teams they're good on, very similar to what we got in the 6th year anniversary, because they're specifically really good for the, like, you know, well, not really good for, but they want to be ran on the same team, the Planet Namek Saga, and that's the main theme of this, right? I would say, though, that overall, I think this Vegeta, out of all 4 of these units, for sure, this Vegeta / Goku is the most useful out of all of them, just because of the fact that he's a pure Saiyan, right? He's a Vegeta unit that has, like, Vegeta links. He can exchange it to Goku, who has Goku links. He's a pure Saiyan, he has Prayer for Battle, he has, like, this, you know, he can fit on those teams that you can't really necessarily just take, you know, Golden Frieza and 17 and throw them on a bunch of teams, but you can do that with this Vegeta pretty well because of the flexibility he has both in his key links and in his passive. His passive gives him, what, 5 key just for being on the rotation, so that's pretty good. Then this Bulma event. Now, I'm not really going to go super in-depth with this Bulma event, just because we already sort of went over the stone count, and this is, you know, the only thing this event is good for is Dragonstone. This is what gave us the majority of the stones I think we're going to see. Well, not the majority, but a really, really big chunk of stones that we're seeing from the celebration. So they gave us some new, new stages to the story events here. This is a big win. We'll get into this later with the EZA for Roshi. Int UI Goku, new stages of this. Now, Infinite Dragon Ball History new stage is a win for the 6th year anniversary, because we didn't get that for the download celebration, right? The download celebration did not give us a new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball History, which I thought was kind of weird. Seeing some people think that potentially maybe the Collection of Epic Battles event is in a way replacing Infinite Dragon Ball History. I don't think so, but maybe it is. Maybe they're sort of like, you know, making it the new style of Infinite Dragon Ball History. I think we'll still see new Infinite Dragon Ball History stages, so I don't know how much I buy into that theory, but I definitely would have liked to see one new Infinite Dragon Ball History stage for the download celebration here. We did end up getting this Bardock event, though, which is pretty interesting. Furious Charge breaking the siege. I wouldn't really say it was particularly, you know, super fun or super interesting, but it was different, and I definitely appreciate whenever they try something different. Sort of like a challenge event. It kind of reminded me of like the punching bag event, except it was more, I guess, interactive in a way where it wasn't completely just dependent on the rotations that you entered the battle with. So I did like how they tried to do something new here. Definitely was content, right? It's a challenge event. It was somewhat challenging, I guess. And then we had a new story event in part 2, which we did not get, I believe, in the anniversary. Yeah, there wasn't a new story event because in the 350 million down celebration we got 3 story events, whereas in the anniversary we got 2. Yeah, we got the Miracle of Universe 7 and the Roshi event. So we actually had 1 extra story event here. The Link leveling event, I would say this is not something that had like a massive impact on the entire celebration, but it was a nice addition. People will say this was a terrible event. I disagree. I think the only thing that was really bad about this event was the fact that it cost 30 stamina. It did not need to cost 30 stamina. But it takes 30 seconds. You go in with like Link level 1, 2, 3, 4 units, and you get some Link levels. I mean, it takes 5 seconds. So I thought it was fine. And then we got our second EZA. and a new stage of this. And I think, for me personally, this like page right here, the 3 things you're looking at on your screen, are what set apart the 350 million download celebration from the 6th year anniversary. I think we haven't talked about this Ginyu Force thing yet because I'm going to talk about that last. But yeah, the new stage of this sort of like mirrors the new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history, I guess. We have this, which I guess mirrors the UI Goku EZA on the 6th year anniversary. But we also, remember, we also did get the Frieza, so we got an extra EZA for the 350 million download celebration. And then more stages of the Ginyu event, which we'll get into later. But that was part 2 for this. Let's go over into part 3. Let's see. So in part 3, we had the 3 EZAs for the free-to-play units. We had the EZA for LR Bardock and an explosive chain battle, and that's pretty much it. Part 3 wasn't really too filled with a bunch of stuff, but actually the content that we got in part 3 was pretty good. We got, what is this? 1 EZA, 4 EZAs. We got 5 EZAs in part 3. That's pretty good. In one part of one celebration, we got 5 EZAs. I'll take that. So this celebration, let me just see. Anything else down here? No, this is, nope. Okay. So let's go to part 3. So 6th year anniversary part 3, we got an EZA for the Goku and Frieza, which is going to sort of be the counterpart to the LR Bardock getting his EZA in the Down celebration. We got the EZA for Physical Goku, for Tien and Roshi, for Krillin and 18, and LR Roshi. We got the final stages of the God event and a chain battle. So it's pretty similar. It's like in structure, it's pretty similar to the 350 million down celebration part 3. So overall, I would say that the structure to how these celebrations were created are actually really, really close. There's a few differences. The main differences are that in 350 million down celebration, we got 2 summonable EZAs with the Transforming Goku and Frieza, whereas in the 6th year anniversary, we only got the UI Goku. But I think one of the major wins the 6th year anniversary has over the 350 million down celebration is that we have LR Roshi, a free-to-play LR, who also got his EZA, who is like really, really good. And that is the one thing that I would definitely give the edge to for the 6th year anniversary is the free-to-play units that they introduced, right? This unit right here, crazy. This unit right here, really powerful support unit. This unit, I would say, is probably not not even close to the same power level as this Goku or this Tien and Roshi, but they're still solid. And then for the 350 million download celebration, we got Zarbon and Dodoria, who I would say are not great. We got this Goku is actually pretty solid. I think him being EZA'd actually can help you a lot on some of these teams here. He's definitely very good. And this Krillin and Vegeta, actually, I do like them a lot. Once you get this Vegeta exchanged, he does crazy damage. And his defense is also really good. Like, this is one of the units I think that's already, like, supremely underrated by a lot of people. When you get this exchange off, this Vegeta is, like, summonable at least banner unit level. Like, summonable new banner unit level. Like, he's up there. He's really good. But I think the thing, like, the reason why I think a lot of the free-to-play units for the anniversary are better than the download celebration units are because they're all focused on, like, one team. The Reps of Universe 7 / Universe Survival Saga team. This unit is specifically supporting the Reps of Universe 7 team. Their links are really, really optimized to work with a lot of the units on that team. Same thing with this UI Goku supporting the Universe Survival Saga category team. He has a 50% chance to dodge as a support unit. He's stacking defense. His links are really solid. So these units all work really well on that team. Same thing with LR Roshi. Whereas, you know, the download celebration is supposed to be focused on the Planet Namek Saga team, but there's one issue with that. Well, actually, there's two issues with that. Number one, the leader of the Planet Namek Saga team is now LR Full Power Frieza, who's not really going to work super well with a lot of the superclass units. Number two, they gave this unit, who is supposed to be, I guess, ran on that team, they gave him the Space Traveling Warrior support. Number one, they only gave it 30% instead of 40%, whereas Tiana Roshi got 40%. I don't know why they decided that was a good idea. But this unit shares 0 links with, well, they share like 1 link with Frieza or something like that. It's just a really weird design. Like, this unit is not going to work really well on that team. This Goku will be fine on the Planet Namek Saga team, but he's not going to work well with Frieza, and he's not really going to be carrying the team by himself. This Krillin Vegeta, again, not really going to work well with Frieza, who's the leader of the team. And so at the end of the day, I think the one thing they could have done that would have like massively pushed this celebration over the edge, like way above the 6th anniversary, in my opinion, is if instead of LR Bardock, they had EZA'd the STR Namek Goku. I think STR Namek Goku as the optimal leader for the Planet Namek Saga definitely would have made the celebration way better, because at that point, you can also then throw on the Part 2 LR, so the Planet Namek Saga team would have worked way better with that Namek Goku as a leader, right? This Vegeta would work exceptionally well with that Goku. Even these guys would have worked better because they have shocking speed, so that's one thing I think that would have pushed this celebration like clearly over the edge in comparison to the 6th anniversary. But the one major difference that I think people aren't talking about at all between this 350 million down celebration and the 6th anniversary, and in my opinion, the main reason why this download celebration I think is the best celebration ever, is because of this. This is the Ginyu Force Extreme Z area. If you are a new player, the number one thing you should be doing right now, and this is like this goes for honestly everybody as well, you need to farm up this Ginyu Force team. Like if I like, let's just say like my real life friend or something starts playing the game, right? And they're like, hey, what should I do to start out with my account? Literally, I'm going to tell them, do this. Get this Ginyu Force team farmed up. If you're able to do this, like, as soon as possible, get all of these Ginyu Force units farmed up, get them EZA'd, you will be able to clear every piece of content in the game. Yeah, barring content that requires specific categories or specific units, right? This team is so absurdly powerful, right? The full EZA'd Ginyu Force team. You could literally clear any piece of content with them. You can clear every Dokkan event, you can clear every single story event, you can clear every quest stage. I mean, every Infinite Dragon Ball History stage you can clear, legendary Goku events, you can clear that. Everything. Like, obviously, besides Super Battle Road, which require specific categories and typings, you can do everything in the game with this team. And as a newer player, this is like, this is your key to sort of like starting your account. Like, this is like a get out of jail free card for a new account right here. This is like the best thing, or one of, if not the single best thing they've ever done for free-to-play players in this game, is release the Ginyu Force and then give them the EZAs. Do I think they need to EZA the Tech LR Ginyu Force so that this team actually has a better leader skill? Of course they do. But I think even with that 100% leader skill from the Tech Ginyu Force, you'll still be able to clear everything just fine. The 6th year anniversary did not have anything close to what this team allows you to do in this game. I mean, yeah, all the free-to-play units, I would say, like the quality of free-to-play units for the 6th year anniversary, the new free-to-play units, I think were much higher than we got for the download celebration. But this is too much. Like, this Ginyu is like summonable banner unit plus level, like Dokkan Fest exclusive level, I would say. Actually, I had an experience using this Ginyu in Super Battle Road. He took double digits from a type neutral super. Like, he's like ridiculously good. You know, all these units serve a purpose on this team. They're ridiculously powerful, and I think this, in my opinion, again, is what separates the 350 million download celebration and makes it better than the 6th year anniversary does. But again, there's pros and cons to both. I think the extra EZA also definitely has is a reason why you can make your case that this celebration was better The God event, I think, is a case you can make to why the 6th year anniversary celebration was better. The better free-to-play units that were new during the celebration is a case why you can make for the celebration being better. I mean, there's like, you know, arguments to be made on both ends, I think, in terms of which celebration is better. But at the end of the day, I think it's pretty clear that these two celebrations were both the best ever in Dokkan, the 350 million down celebration and the 6th year anniversary. Me personally, again, biased here, but I think the evidence is pretty clear to me that this celebration is probably the best ever. But I mean, if you're going to say this one's better, I wouldn't really argue with you either way. But I want to hear what you guys have to say down below. Let me know which celebration do you think is personally better. So yeah, let me see what you guys have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.